There's a solution for you. Drum roll, please. Invest in America's rural boom towns. What the heck Mr. Yi is trying to say? Mr. Si Wing Yi, yours truly, have some great under the radar investment methodology that will do very well moving forward. From today on, if you apply the concepts I'm teaching you, could be on your way to do some really well. All right, let me dive deeper into what I mean by that. Invest in America's rural boomtown. Are you trying to tell me I'm going to buy in a boondock somewhere, buy a property there? How's that work? No, are you kidding me? Stay tuned and watch, all right? What you can expect when you incorporate the strategy I'm teaching you is what to expect is you can why cash flow takes second fiddle to appreciation and leverage equity. Cash flow, little bit cash flow is good. $200, $300, $400 monthly cash flow. That is all you can expect at least the first year. But how you can create true wealth is through equity appreciation. How to maximize your investments and start a snowball effect. Notice this word, write it down, snowball effect. That will result in you building your portfolio faster and more efficiently. Yep. Look, we can go back to the aspect of advanced reconnaissance. Over the years, I have entered into new markets using my military advanced recon mission. I get into a new market before everybody else does advanced reconnaissance. And my result of my advanced reconnaissance, which I practice this blueprint over and over again, I already told you, I did the advanced recon. I did the buying into the small boom towns way back 20-some years ago at the beginning of the presentation. Did I not? What are those markets? Phoenix, Vegas, Boise, Idaho, and those markets. At that time, back in 20-some years ago, Las Vegas was not that well known. Phoenix was not that large. Boise was not that great. Denver was nothing to brag about. Look at now. Look at the huge metros, huge metroplex, and all those previous boomtowns now is boom big cities. Those cities in the Sun Belt, the western region. Not only that, right? We're talking the other Sun Belt area that have been growing very fast, or also in like Atlanta, Georgia, Orlando, Florida, Miami, Florida, and Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and Nashville, Tennessee, Charlotte, North Carolina, Raleigh. Those are the boom towns 20 years ago, but no, they're done. We cannot invest in those areas anymore. The prices have gone up. Have you not seen the skyrocketing of home prices and the skyrocketing of mortgage rates in the past few years? It's very hard to find the right deals. It's very hard to cash flow these days unless you know where to look. And that's why I'm teaching you tonight. So, small town USA, this is our real estate's absolute gold mine. What I mean by that? So, you will buy into Exurb. Exurb. I'm teaching you new terminology, so pay attention. Exurb. Exurban is an area outside the typically denser inner suburban area. It's beyond suburban, at the edge of a metro area, which has some economic and commuting connection to the metro area. And the exurb, the small town USA, also known as AKA small town USA, low housing density, relatively high population growth, goes beyond urban and rural landscapes. Exciting, isn't it? As a result, and here are some of the correspondence research you can check as well. So meaning the area that I really love that you should pull the trigger is in the southern housing markets, poised to become boom town. You gotta hear the word boom towns. The traditional definition of boom town is that you strike oil. The oil boom back in the old days, back in the California gold rush. I think that's where the name boomtown came about. Now, today, the name boomtown has been overused by many mass media, including yours truly. Texas and Florida have 3 of the top 10 fastest metros. So, southern market, for the most part, is to diversify into Midwest in a smaller portfolio. The most of your realistic action plan, when you pull the trigger, it has to be South and Southeastern housing markets. Into a small town USA, those small little boom towns. Right now, it's small little boom towns, but next few years, it could be a major metro in the next few decades. Wait, there's more. I will dive deeper into it, of course. And you guys are really exciting, aren't you? Wow, Mr. Yu is onto something. He's showing us all the under the radar information that the mass media are not aware of. That is right. According to a U.S. Census Bureau and Housing Wire, the fastest growing metroplex areas are, as you can see, most of them are in the South and Southeast. This neck of the woods, this, I don't know what, 25% of the geographical region of the U.S. consists of the South and Southeast. That is where all the growth is happening. No longer this area. Do not invest in this 50% of the U.S. landscape. No. Over here, no. Too expensive. You cannot cash flow. The price is too high. The rent cannot support your debt service. Do you understand? Do you agree? And you do please acknowledge. Please confirm my validation. So this is the area. Let's go on. Furthermore, another resource, AirDNA. AirDNA, you might want to Google AirDNA. They are the marketing resource for short-term rentals. They do a market research over time, and they also concluded the best areas to buy properties for Airbnb short-term rentals is no different than the methodology I use to buy long-term rental, which, and they are right here, small city, rural towns, grow in small city and rural markets highlights the investment potential for all asset class. We're talking single family home to 4-unit. That's the asset class you should focus on. Why? Single family homes, residential investing. Single family homes, 1 unit, duplex, 2 unit, triplex, 3 unit, fourplex, 4 unit. These are the real estate asset class, which has the most overall attraction, the most return. Why? Because you can leverage through a 30-year fixed rate debt. The power of the 30-year fixed rate debt, whereby your payments going to remain the same forever, while inflation and rent will go up, and appreciation will go up, and tax benefit will go up, and your wages will go up, and yet your 30-year rate mortgage stays fixed. You could even refinance your 30-year fixed rate mortgage later on, once the mortgage rate gets lower, hopefully, right, in the next year or so. Does that make sense? I'm showing you little by little the blueprint of how to analyze things. So the best asset class on a historical basis always has been and always will be the main foundation, the single family home. Residential investing, single family home, cookie cutter, entry level homes, preferably new builds, new construction in a high growth area in the south and southeast, into a rural growth in right here, small city rural, not urban that was 20, 30 years ago, not suburban, not mountain to the lake, not coastal areas, not mid-sized cities, because all these places are very expensive. You cannot cash flow a 25% down payment. That's the metrics you need to use. But here, the small town, rural town, this is the growth of the future. And the sooner you embrace this new concept as of tonight, you are ahead of the game. You are ahead of the 99% of the investors out there by virtue of attending this Zoom event. Therefore, I don't know, some of you don't have the money necessary. That's fine. It may take longer for you to pull the trigger, right? So you need to really look at your budget, look at your money management. Like I said, save, invest, live below your means, delay gratification. I already told you, manage your money wisely. And some of you have more money than others. I don't know, but the key is whatever financial position you have, if you have any of the following, now is the pull the trigger. Don't let all this negativity around what you've been hearing. Oh, the recession, the economy, the housing crash, the housing correction, and all the high mortgage rate, and all this stress, this and that, all the political situation, all the what's going on with the government. Okay, don't worry about all these things you cannot control. Focus on your buy box. Focus on your dry powder. Focus on the specific market you're buying, because the specific house you're buying, the specific market you're buying, your renter and the people, you don't care about what's going on around the politics and around the tariff and around immigration and what President Trump is doing. That you cannot control those kind of things. You control your personal realistic economy, which is focused on your buybacks, focus on each specific market you're going to pull the trigger, because that's so unleash your savings, liquidate your stocks to position yourself to buy real estate using down payment, using the loan, using 20 to 25% down payment. If you're lucky enough to have a lot of equity in your home, which I assume a lot of you do, you keep your historical low rate mortgage as a first mortgage. You might want to open up a home equity line of credit to leverage into rental property scenarios. You may even cash out refinance or some of your rental property. If you have your own rental property for the past 5 to 10 years, I'm sure you have a lot of equity. So you do a cash out refinance from some of your rentals. Some of you have a lot of IRAs. I don't have time to talk about IRAs now. Thursday night, some of you are attending my tax class. Thursday night, I will talk more about using your self-directed IRA to buy investment real estate inside the IRA. Again, going through the Boomtown buying, you buy before everyone else hears about it. Small town USA, emerging low-cost market. You buy turnkey new construction cash flow properties. You buy at the beginning. You buy at the beginning of a development is key before home prices skyrockets. Again, this is a concept of an iceberg. Above and below, these are the profit. What you can see is above the iceberg, your cash flow, rental income, and the appreciation of your properties. But in case you the above the surface is only like 40% of your profit. Below the surface is where a lot of people cannot see. That's where the power of your returns. Below the surface, you cannot see it. What are they? Are your depreciation deduction. They are your tax benefits. Leverage is using a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, and your tenant gonna systematically pay down your debt for you. Because of that, over time, the principal pay down, the rent you collect from your tenant, they will systematically pay it off your 30-year fixed rate loan. Over time, for the next 10, 15, 20 years, your 30-year fixed rate loan it will be decreased by substantial amount, 30, 50, 60%. So that will free you up with more equity to do other things in addition to your regular appreciation of your property. Over time, that is. There are some up and down situations from time to time, like, for example, right now. While we are waiting, let me go through some, whether you guys have any questions. Here's a good question. How do you manage the property far away from your city? How much would it cost to hire a property manager? I will talk about that, by the way. Look, this out-of-state rental property, long distance, remotely, has been done. Do you know how long this kind of concept has been used? More than 40 years. It started in 1980s. Back in 1980s, before I entered real estate. I was there in the first few years of my active duty service. But there was several individuals who started doing, from California, they started promoting out-of-state properties with a property manager in place. So the evolution of long-distance out-of-state buying remote properties in many different parts of the country, it doesn't matter the physical location, it has been evolved quite a bit. And this methodology has been evolved and improved over time. Yep, it works, believe it or not. And this is in my mind, this is the wave of the future. Buying especially when you're located in high expensive areas, whether you're located in California or the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, or you live in Chicago, or in the New York City, or the New England areas, or along the eastern seaboard, where housing prices is right now is so expensive. A lot of this people, mom and pop investors, just like yourself, from all this expensive market, you realize you cannot buy properties in your backyard. You can't do it. You have to pivot. You have to think outside the box. You need to find a turnkey provider that can help you by long distance, by remote, even by sight unseen. Believe it or not, although some of you need to visit the area before you buy, or you visit the area after you buy. But then again, once again, if you feel comfortable with the seller, with the turnkey provider out there, the builder that are promoting their market, if you've done your research and due diligence, if you're comfortable, is to pull the trigger without seeing the property. That's right. Some of you are thinking, "Oh, Mr. Yi, did I just heard you say that? You buy sight unseen?" Of course, do some initial research, all right? And there are different ways to do research. I can't go over too much of that, but I have to get back to my presentation in 2 minutes. There's so much to cover. What is the influence of climate change? Yeah, very understandable. Of course, once again, those markets out there, those turnkey providers, they will promote the area which does not affected by climate change. Again, there are areas everywhere. There are neighborhoods, there are cities where not affected by all this kind of negative climate situations. Every neighborhood is different. Every city is different. Even in Florida, we have investors, myself in Florida. Okay, and you need to learn more about it. You need to do more research. Just because all this doom and gloom national media, they talk about Florida, talk about Texas. They just don't know what they're talking about. It's not entire areas are affected by climate change. Only coastal areas are affected by hurricane or floods or whatever. If you buy in the right strategic areas, anywhere in the country for that matter, that's your goal. Do I have any experience in investing overseas? No, I'd rather not to buy. There's no need for me to buy anything overseas. Some people do, but no, I stick to the local laws, U.S. regulations, U.S. laws, which is very favorable compared to anything out of the country. Good questions. Put down more questions and we can talk about it the last 20 minutes, the last 15 minutes of their presentation at 8:45. So good question. Put more questions in our chat. And then the last 15 minutes, we can do a live Q&A, live chat. You can unmute yourself. You can ask me verbally. You can show your video of yourself and all that. So a lot of things to cover. Let's proceed. So many things to cover. Tonight is a high-level, great introduction, big picture situation. Hopefully it'll motivate you. It'll inspire you to take action to achieve your wealth for real estate investing. Again, rental property is the history's most attractive and powerful and proven multi-dimensional real estate investment asset class because you get paid 4 ways: cash flow, passive income, increasing rent over time to coincide with inflation. You get amazing tax benefit. We will talk about Thursday night. Many of you are attending this Thursday night, the tax strategies class for real estate, depreciation, passive losses, cost segregation, real estate professional tax status, tax deferred exchange, cash out refinance, tax-free, and of course, another great profit scenarios for real estate investing is appreciation over time, equity growth, and using the power of leverage. 30-year fixed rate mortgage allow you to achieve higher return using the power of leverage in which no other asset class will provide. I'm going to skip some of these things. You can pause the screen when you replay the video yourself, but I'm just sharing with you all the multiple additional benefits associated with real estate investing. Later on, after you purchase you can do different things for your property. As you can see, it's very flexible. It's a very diversified asset class. Single-family home rental, up to 4 units, using the power of Fannie Mae lending guideline 30-year fixed rate mortgage. is the most powerful asset class in history of investing. I don't care, but what do you think? I don't care what anybody think. That is my conviction, if you will. All right. All right. We talk about all those things. Again, the power. Hopefully you have good credit. Of course, you get qualified for investment loan. The road to financial freedom, going through debt. That's right. 30-year fixed rate debt, mortgage debt is a good debt because it provides wealth and equity growth and tenants paying down your loan for you, allow you to leverage with 25% of your money, and the bank will let you borrow the other 75% of your money. So 30-year fixed rate mortgage is a good debt. It's a debt that will allow you to achieve financial freedom quicker than any other asset class. Now, this is a typical performer. I don't have time to explain this to you. When you analyze any deal out there, you look at the market value, how much down payment you put in, what's the monthly gross rent before the deduction. You look at the mortgage rate. In this case, the buyers are going to pay down your rate for you. In this particular case, in this property in Florida, for example, at the end of the day, your gross rent minus your debt service, minus your typical monthly expenses, equal monthly cash flow. In this case, around almost $300. That's a good benchmark to start with. Then you look at all the metrics. I'm not going to cover that. Capitalization rate 6%, cash return 4%, and then you do some projection, risk appreciation 5%, rental growth rate 4%, vacancy 4%, management fee 8%, positive cash flow 25% down payment. You got a great builder's incentive because they're going to buy down the rate for you. Instead of you paying 7.5%, 30-year fixed rate mortgage on a loan, you're paying 4.75% because you got a good deal. All right, that's bottom line. So this is your down payment, this and that. So this number makes sense, but this is just a first year projection. So don't get stuck about the first year cash flow or the lack of, because over time, especially the second, third, and fourth year, you will see slowly get rewarded. What I mean by that, your rent going to increase and your cash flow will increase because you're going to increase your rent. Principal pay down, your tenant going to pay down your debt. Your renters are going to make you rich. Look, I'm not going to go over this. Buy yourself a software. I use propertytracker.com. I pay monthly subscription fee of $35. Allow me to project the first 5 years of a different way to make money. So you need to look at that way. The first 5 to 10 years, how everything just works. The numbers works fine. Don't focus on the low first month cash flow. Again, each property you buy, you run the numbers using a software, preferably over time. That's how you make your money. Equity growth, tax benefit, debt pay down, rental increases, the whole 9 yards. At the end of the day, you buy long distance, you buy remote, you buy turnkey, new construction, new builds, cash flow, rentals, 1 to 4 unit with the 30-year fixed rate debt. That's the blueprint. That is the blueprint. Of course, when you target a specific market, some of you, especially your beginner, you might want to travel. You might want to tour the area as part of your overall research and due diligence before you feel comfortable to buy in that particular market. Because once you buy a property in that particular market with those turnkey providers, with the property managers and all that, visit them, because you're gonna create a long-term relationship with those people. They're gonna manage your property. They could do everything for you. You need to know who they are. You need to trust them because they're gonna be handling the team on the ground. The team on the ground, they will handle your situation for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. They are your partners. They are your part of your team. You need to trust them, but verify. They do everything for you. The property manager on the ground, they will pre-screen the tenant for you. They will fix the property. They will do everything for you. You don't even need to talk to the tenant. You don't never see or talk to them. You just collect your monthly cash flow paycheck online, through your portal. Passive, almost passive. You do it right. No, there's no need for you to self-manage There's no need for you to do any other investment. There's no need for you to spend hours and hours to be a full-time investor or even part-time investor. You need to become a no-time investor. Whether you own 5 property, 10 property, 20 properties, the most time you spend on your property per month is 1 hour. That's right. Did I stutter? No, I did not. I say it again. Whether you own 2 rentals out of state, or 10 rentals, or 20, or 40, or 50, the most time you expect to spend is 1 to 2 hours per month. 1 to 2 hours per month. Because all your team in all those markets will do everything for you. You have transparency. They have transparency. The property manager, they have a portal. They have an online portal. You can track all their activities. Any kind of maintenance, any kind of screening of the tenant, change over the cost of replacing the carpet, whatever, is all inside the online login portal. All the time you spend every month is look at your online portal for whatever activity just transpire at any given moment on a monthly basis. It's a real-time thing. So let the team on the ground, the trusted team on the ground, do everything for you, so you can become almost a passive investor. Isn't that cool? Don't you like that? Or would you rather self-manage 2 or 3 properties out of state or even close to you? Or you can spend 30, 40, 50 hours in managing your 2 or 3 rentals? Or are you going to trade time for dollar? No, you're not going to trade time for a dollar. You're going to prioritize. You're going to delegate. When you accumulate, when you scale your real estate portfolio, you have your goal. My goal is to continue to travel full time. I'm not going to be bogged down with managing my own properties. I'm not going to do that. I will delegate and to other people to do it for me. They do all the dirty work while I enjoy my free time to spend what's important to me. Here's your research methodology. You buy in a path of growth, emerging market boomtown, first come, first serve, get in early before the market skyrockets. Commuter towns, rural towns, buy in underserved America, a little town of 10,000 to 100,000 people, 1 hour away from major metro. Yes. Mostly in South and Southeast, you buy homes around 50% below nationwide median price. Typically, single-family home, 150, 200 to 300K. A duplex, of course, a little bit higher. So it's all about the fundamentals. It's all the fundamentals of a hyper-local market. So you track job and population growth. That's the most important. Sunbelt, warm weather areas is ideal. Close to colleges, universities, close to a military installation, although that is not a requirement. Be nice if you have that extra bonus. Several major employers are moving into town. Major manufacturing plants, high-tech hub, data centers, bringing thousands of jobs into that little small boom town. Then you buy new builds, single-family home, 150, 200K, 230K, 250K, duplex, 400K, fourplex, 800K, all brand new, highly desirable area, good rental markets, and preferably stick with no income tax, away from coastal areas, not in hurricane zone, not in flood zone, virtually no HOAs. That's right. It's all about specific market. In the end, spend 1 to 2 hours per month in managing your real estate portfolio. Again, you have to surround yourself with your team. This is your team. Your inner circle is your mentor. Especially if you're rookie, you need to pay for a mentor. You should pay for a mentor. You don't have to. Or real estate coach, whatever. That's key, especially if you're a beginner and you need to do this kind of system. This is your inner circle, your consultants, your partners, your mentors. This is you. You are the potential millionaire real estate investor. The support circle is very critical, important. The professional property managers, they will collect 8% of your rent. Very cheap. Great value. They do all the dirty work for you. And your support circle is your contractor, your accountant, your real estate agents, the lenders, asset protection attorney, the whole property managers, the whole 9 yards. And the service circle, on each market you buy, each neighborhood you buy, they have this network for you. Maintenance technician, painter, electrician, appraisers, inspectors, title companies, everybody, roofers, plumbers. This is your circle of influence. They will take care of your property for years and years to come, hopefully. Again, the blueprint is you buy turnkey. What I mean by turnkey, buy new construction, because new construction is in better locations, higher quality tenants, A-class tenant. They typically stay 2 to 3 years. Is that great? Low maintenance cost. You get warranty. You get a 1-year warranty, 5-year warranty, 10-year warranty, and whatever. Not in flood zone, like I said earlier. Not in hurricane zone. Low insurance cost. That's right. $100 monthly insurance cost. That's it. Or not all the doom and gloom, crappy, misleading information you hear from the mass media. They will scare you to death. You're not buying rental properties. No state income tax, Florida, Texas, among few that have no state income tax. Landlord-friendly states, which California is not. Landlord-friendly states are mostly in the South and Southeast. You can easily evict a tenant very easily within weeks. Emerging markets, path of growth, you go way into affordable, low affordability, entry-level homes so you can cash flow with 20 to 25% down payment. Make sense? Of course, you need to align yourself with a great builder. The builder will build those homes for you. They will target the homes for you. They will sell to you at a discount because you're part of a network. Volume discount. You get some great deal. The builder can pay down. You rent for you. They can, with their own money. There's a forward commitment program. The builders will give you extra incentive right now, but not for long. The extra incentive is they can pay 1 year of property management fee free for you the first year. They can pay 1% of the closing costs for you. They will buy down your rate. So therefore, with their own money, the builder will give you around 5.75% mortgage rate, 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Otherwise, you're paying 7.5% to get an investment loan. What about your cash flow may not be as good. So now you understand the amazing incentive you're getting under this current investment environment. Don't take this for granted. This kind of extra incentive will not happen for long. Yeah, can you buy new construction at below market value? How much? I don't know, 5 to 10%, give or take. So you buy early into these small little towns in close to major metros with a high growth, high-tech company. Amazing. I have no idea where major high-tech companies are moving to little small towns, especially in Texas, which is absolutely mind-boggling. Incredible opportunities will not last much longer. Prices will skyrocket because these kind of areas have a tremendous shortage of homes and high desire, high demand, people migrating into these small little towns because of job growth, population growth, and cheaper homes and the whole good quality of life 1 hour from a major metro. So that is the blueprint to achieve exponential wealth for you if you have the money to buy at least several properties at a time. Hopefully some of you have it. I don't know. All these properties are off market. This builder, you can buy this kind of rental homes, not in the multiple listing service. They allocate. The builders allocate their homes specifically for out-of-state investors. The rest of the general public have no access to this limited off-market listings. A lot of these property managers, they've been in the market for many years, decades. These market teams in those specific markets out there, which I will give you some more details. They've been around for a long time. They're very credible. They have sold thousands of homes to out-of-state investors over the past several decades. So they're very reputable. So some of you could ask me, how could I do small research with these people? I already told you the city they are located. So all you got to do is contact, focus on your buy box, contact the market you want to buy, contact the property manager, set up for a tour. It's not critical. You don't have to. But do your research, talk to the property manager, visit the area, do some more research through various websites, through Redfin, through National Association of Realtors, through all the popular websites you hear out there. Anyway, one of the areas that I really like in my number one market is North Texas. I'm not going to go over. There are these little small towns in North Texas right here. It's growing amazingly fast. North Texas is the fastest growing housing market in the country, and yet their home prices are very cheap. Why? Because these are the areas, some of the small towns And look at some of these small little towns. Salina, Roy City, Melissa, Princeton, Anna, Forney. They are 1 hour to the north, to the northeast, to the northwest of the metroplex Dallas Fort Worth. And they've been skyrocketing. People are moving exponentially. Population growth is just mind-boggling, the growth that's going on in these little small towns. 5 years ago, these small towns were have a 5,000 people population. Now, 5 years later, like 40,000. 5 years from now, 100 to 150,000. All these little towns that you never heard of. Nobody ever heard of this town, at least the mainstream media. But you heard of it. Fastest growing cities, U.S. Census Bureau. 7 of the top 10 in the country are in North Texas, along with the 4 cities, Denison, Greenville, Bonham. Memorize these names. If you pull a trigger in these areas, you will be very rich. Long term, no get rich quick scheme. Look at the growth. Almost 50 to 100% growth in a matter of few years, and it's not stopping anytime soon. The runaway train is going. Look, some of the great high-tech companies, semiconductor, are moving into these little towns. Why? Because Texas, they have great business climate. Major high-tech companies, they love to locate in these small rural towns. This town of Sherman have 45,000 people, and they just landed this company, Texas Instrument, and they have like 5 to 10,000 high-tech workers coming in the next few years. They're gonna tremendous skyrocket this region, the North Texas region. Another global tech, not just high-tech companies, all kind of companies and jobs and people are moving into this North Texas. Growing by leaps and bounds, housing shortage, demand are much greater than supply. When that happens, the housing prices will go up. So you have a 2 or 3 year window to buy cash flow homes in this market. After that, it is, you do not pull the trigger, it's too late. The prices will go up. The rent will not going to catch up. No more cash flow, so they cannot promote this market anymore. So you can take advantage of this small window of 2 to 3 years of opportunity if you want to pull the trigger, take advantage of these boomtowns in North Texas. Look, all this data, I don't need to show you. You can look at my PowerPoint. You can look at the video. Again, you can digest this dream shot. Population grows and job growth, the whole 9 yards. It's just all kind of background. It's really the Silicon Prairie. North Texas is Silicon Prairies. The tech boom of North Texas. More people moving into Texas than any other states. Lots of high-paying jobs. Low-cost living, high-paying jobs. Look at this. Look at the income level of homeowners and renters that can rent from you, hopefully. Strong rental market because not enough rental homes to rent, not enough rental homes to buy. The builders cannot keep up. They cannot construct enough homes to accommodate the growth of this region. So high occupancy, just rent very quickly, very easily. And here's some of the samples. Great new construction home by the builders. They're offering out-of-state investors this type of deals. It's absolutely amazing, incredible deals. The price right now, this price, you will not see these current prices ever again. They will continue to go up. I don't care what happened, what you're going to hear about the economy, about inflation, about recession, about housing crash, about the politics, about the tariff, about President Trump. Whatever is going on in the news media, that doesn't affect this type of market. This is a local market. They have their own economy, their own infrastructure, their own fundamentals, right? That's all you care about. The market you're investing is a standalone situation. It doesn't affect any of the things that are going on or any potential inaccurate negativity information. But the mass media don't know about investments. They talk about primary home people. They don't know anything about investments. The mass media is great price range. Cookie cutter homes, the mid 200, the high 200K, 3 months of management. Great high quality homes, A-class tenant, A-class everything, different. Again, Sherman, Greenville, look at this. Great brand new homes. The cash flow is really good. You got builder incentive, 5.75%. The numbers are great. I'm not cash flow good. I'm not going to go over the details. 25% down payment. Typically, you can have a very good investment, very good cash flow. That's how you do it. All this number you can look at it on your own. You just so many different type. These homes is just some of the homes in it's less than 200K. It's 2 bedroom, 2 bath, like 1,100 square foot, whatever. You're not gonna. This kind of prices will never happen again. It's such a low price. You buy low, sell high. You buy low, keep it forever. All these numbers are just off the chart. Low 200K in Princeton, Texas, which is North Texas. It's just so many deals on a weekly basis. They get sold very quickly because the savvy investors know about this market. The mainstream media don't know anything about it yet, but they will. By the time the mainstream media catch on, these prices will double, triple in value. I don't know. I'm just kidding. We get there early before the rest of the mainstream media hears about it. Get in early. Catch the early birds catch the worm. Early birds catch the worm. Look at the builder incentive. 5.75%. This is crazy. It'll give you more cash flow and 2% closing costs. And first year property management for free. All the numbers, great cash flow, good return, the whole 9 yards. All these deals are amazing. Gosh. Pull the trigger. You can buy quickly, buy often, if you have the money, that is. If you're still with me, we still have plenty of time. There's more markets I'm going to share with you. This is just one of the many markets. Again, when you scale your portfolio in the next few years, you diversify geographically. You diversify based on asset class. Single-family home, mostly new construction, turnkey, and then duplex, 400K duplex, or 600K triplex, and $800,000 fourplex, if you can find them. It all depends. So these are up-and-coming emerging market. Small-time USA in a sub-market beyond suburbs is Exurb. Like I told you, Exurb, Oklahoma, Florida, Texas, Buffalo, New York. This is only Buffalo and Tennessee is only of the Midwest market that I'm still promoting. There are some opportunities in the Midwest markets. Oftentimes they're not new construction. They are resale homes, 30, 40, 50-year-old homes, but they've been rehabbed. They're going to be fine. They're cheaper. And higher cash flow, lower appreciation. But if you buy new constructions in Oklahoma, Florida, and Texas, and Alabama, they have a lower cash flow, relatively speaking, monthly cash flow, but higher appreciation potential. You have to determine what is your buy box, if you will. Again, no, Texas is very large. Florida is large. It's a matter of which location you buy a specific sub-market. The coastal areas of Florida, yeah, they go through hurricane, they go through some situations. The media, man, they don't know how to report information. They always report doom and gloom. But you have to buy the right market, right location, right neighborhood. Doesn't matter where, really. Doesn't matter where. And Oklahoma is up and coming. See, once again, a lot of people don't know anything about it. But new construction, a cottage, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, around 800 and something square foot, nice cookie cutter home, new construction for a whopping $155,000. They just increased the price $5,000 from 6 months ago. Great rental in Lawton, Oklahoma. Where is Lawton, Oklahoma? In a small town USA, Lawton, U.S. Army Fort Sill. I know all about Fort Sill, military. Great rental market, good steady growth. Only what I hate is shocking. 12 hours, such a good price. Good cash flow, good rent, everything else. Good monthly cash flow. Buyers rate buy down. Builders rate buy down 5.875%, 30-year fixed. You put 25% down payment. The rent is easy to rent at $1,250. Easy to rent, easy, good long-term tenant in the whole 9 yards. 3 to 5% appreciation long-term. You'll be fine. So duplex, very inexpensive duplex in Oklahoma, new construction, $320K. Where else in the country can you buy anything high value for duplex for $320K, which is absolutely incredible. Great cash flow over time. You project 5 to 10 years away. Tremendous amount of return overall. It's just a good deal. That's all I have to say. Another submarket in Oklahoma, outside Oklahoma City. In the suburbs, you hear the price. It's just $215K, 25% down payment, monthly cash flow, the whole 9 yards. So another location, Guthrie, Oklahoma. See all these submarkets in Oklahoma where It's doing well. New construction, easy, stabilized market, very low risk, extremely low risk. The lowest risk of all the real estate asset class. Better than anything. Don't go by mid-term rental, short-term rental, fix and flip, and all this crappy, take up so much work and so high risk, all this crappy, sexy investment opportunities, and all those fake gurus, overpromise and underdeliver, and they could even scam you. Happens a lot. But you buy this low risk, high reward, stabilized asset from very reputable teams, sellers out there, and great property managers. They will take care of your property for years and decades and generations to come. That's right. Professional property management in all these locations, their goal is to take care of your property. You can remotely, sight unseen, long distance. They can take care of your property. New construction property will last you a long time. That's what we call generational transfer. They will take care of your property for months, for years, for decades, for generations, into multiple generations. You buy a new build right now, in two generations later, 50 to 60 years later, this property will only be 50 to 60 years old later. As opposed to you buy somewhere in the Midwest, you buy those cheap properties in the Midwest for $50,000, whatever, they're already 80 to 100 years old. If you buy them, what's the chance of you keeping those properties 50 years from now with all the wear and tear of those older properties? It's not sustainable. You want to do a generational wealth legacy transfer. You buy properties on brand new right now that will stand the test of time until when you pass, and when your beneficiaries inherit the property, they will inherit the property at a step up in basis. So the estate will pay no taxes. There's another, I talk about that in a tax class 39. So tremendous tax-free growth of your real estate portfolio for years and years to come. So you can achieve your returns 10x over time. All you put down is your down payment, and the rest of your long-term wealth building is history. Then look at the other areas. South Texas is very good. Again, emerging market as well. Fourplex, this is a 4-unit brand new commercial building for $549,000. 30-year fixed rate loan, 25% down payment, and you get yourself a real good cash flow, which is free cash flow. Nowhere else in the country. You don't have to waste time doing any more research because you're not going to find a booming emerging market in South Texas, 4-unit, 4 rental, 4 doors for only $549K. For $549K, you couldn't buy a condo here in San Francisco Bay Area for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo for $549K. Instead, you go out of state, you buy these multiple streams rental income in a great rental market in a very fast growing South Texas, brand new, and cash flow amazingly, good return overall, the whole 9 yards. It's just such a no-brainer. Alabama is also fast moving. The suburbs, once again, the small town, suburban, in away suburbs of Birmingham, deep suburbs of Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, and where else? Up and coming area also, and brand new construction, great products, single family home and duplex, great markets, new construction, great property management, the whole 9 yards. Even Louisiana, they have some pockets of area that you can buy new construction for pretty cheap, for $200,000. That's right. You did not know that, do you? And of course, in Central Texas, also some nice up and coming emerging market. In Central Texas, New Braunfels, right above San Antonio. Great price, still very low price, relatively speaking. Good cash flow, even with the high property tax, 2%. At the end of the day, you still cash flow. As long as you can cash flow a little bit, that's a good start. Just don't buy anything with 25%. If you can buy a growth market, new construction, high quality area with 25% down payment and achieve $100 to $300 monthly cash flow, that's a good decision. That's a good purchase because the cash flow will increase over time, but the appreciation will make the deal. You buy in growth market, emerging market, small town USA, the next 5 to 10 years, you will achieve so much wealth. If you buy consistently, you need to scale your portfolio. Temple, Texas, again, gives you 1 hour above Austin. Say you buy suburbs, you don't buy inside the city. Inside the metros are extremely expensive. You cannot cash flow. That's not what you do. You buy entry-level homes, new construction, way deep into the exurbs, not suburbs, exurbs. And of course, last but not least, Florida. You can dismantle all the misconception, all the inaccurate and misleading information about the demise of Florida. You could not be so wrong. Because there are some strategic areas in Florida away from the hurricane, not in a flood zone, not in an HOA situation. Single family home, duplex, triplex, fourplex is still doing very well in those inland areas of Central Florida, Northeast Florida, and the inland of Southwest Florida. That's where you still see population and job growth in those strategic areas of Florida, where the seller, where the builder are giving you buyer's incentive. They're giving you free property management for you. For your new construction, good growth area, good rental market, cash flow with 25% down payment, the whole 9 yards. Citrus Springs, again, in Central Florida, Inglewood, it's a little bit to the Southwest Florida. Inland is always not in the coastal area, never buying the coastal areas because of the climate situation. But you buy 30, 40, 50 miles inland of Florida, you'll be fine. But as long as you connect yourself to a reputable seller, reputable, I call it turnkey provider, the team on the ground, they will help you facilitate these purchases. Punta Gorda, all these are nice areas, good growth, Palm Coast, northeastern section of Florida. There's a single family home, a little bit higher price, but the rent is high too. It works, everything works. Positive cash flow. Ocala, I have several properties in Central Florida, one close to Ocala, same kind of price point, good cash flow, 25% down payment, good incentive, the whole 9 yards. Fourplex, 800 to $1 million, brand new, good rent, good cash flow, brand new in Jacksonville, Florida. Inverness, a lot of these small towns you never heard of, but they are up and coming. They may be small town right now, but not for long. Inglewood, see all this suburban, small town USA in fast growth, high appreciation, good cash flow, Citrus Spring market. Cape Coral, even Cape Coral, inland Cape Coral, it's going to do well. They're going through some corrections. So build your empire. This is your mindset. If you want to build a real estate empire, you have to think like an emperor. What I mean by that, you have the ability to scale. The word scale takes time. You buy one property, you let the property achieve equity growth for the next 2 to 6 years. When your property achieve high single-digit appreciation to low double-digit appreciation in the next 2 to 6 years, you could have a loan-to-value around, let's say, 50 to 60% on your rental property. This is just a projection. Nobody can predict the future. Once you achieve that, you can cash out refinance, tax-free cash out refinance to scale to buy more properties. Or you can do a 1031 tax-free exchange to leverage into 10 properties. From 1 to 10 property, for those of you who are very ambitious, you can do it in about 3 to 5 years. If you buy in a good market, if you buy in a cash flow market right now, what I just taught you, in a growth market, in a booming market, you can do that in the next 3 to 5 years. You can leverage from 1 to 10 property will know more of your money. Your money coming out of you is your down payment for your initial purchase of your properties. Down the road, you're going to leverage off the equity growth. Then based on the loan to value equity growth, you can catch a refinance. The equity, which is that tax-free event, you need to pay no taxes, don't catch a refinance, allow you to buy multiple more properties, allow you to scale. So I have several investors over the years that over the past 10 to 15 years, they were able to accumulate from 1 property to 10 property to 100 properties. I kid you not. This is a reality. This is not pie in the sky. This is not unrealistic. Several of my investors, not that many, have done that, have done this type of scale. Of course, require a lot of you require capital resources. You need cash reserve. Don't over leverage. You have to have a lot of commitment. You have to stay the course. You have to overcome any short-term challenges of vacancies and maintenance and stress, which is not much because all your property is being managed, presumably by professional third-party property management in 3 or 4 market locations that you should purchase into. It's doable. Build your empire mindset. Think big. You have to take step by step. Other advanced strategies, you manage your debt with the ALARM acronym. What does ALARM stands for? A stands for assess your current situation regularly. Review your portfolio. Look at your situation. Is your particular property, is it meeting your expectation? If not, do something about it. So you have to do a periodic review of your portfolio to determine is it performing within your expectation. If it is not, then consider to create an exit strategy, whatever that is. Selling the property, do a 1031, or whatever, all right? Or do something that improves your property situation. Don't give up. Don't try to sell too early. Do not try to sell your property too early because the longer you hold the property, the more the money that the house will compound itself. A for along. A. L. Look at which property have good cash on cash return. So cash on cash return means how much is the cash flow increasing? Are you increasing the rent? Is the rent decreasing? So you have to crunch the numbers. Like I told you, you need to buy a software that can help you. I use propertytracker.com, propertytracker.com. I pay my monthly subscription of around $30 to $35 after that. I still use it for a lot of my analysis, pro forma deals. And the A is adjust problem properties as they arise. So we just determine do you have any kind of problems, maintenance issues, tenant issues, or changing regulations, the market in where the property is located may not be doing well, something like that. So you have to adjust your properties as they arise. And then the best case scenario, refinance, do a 1031 when possible. If you have enough equity, like loan to value of 50 to 55% LTV, then you have the potential to refinance to leverage off the tremendous amount of equity appreciation that you were able to achieve in the past 2 to 6 years. Or you can do a 1031, sell the property, defer the capital gain, as long as you are able to buy a replacement property at or a higher value. So you exchange. So your capital gains arising from the profit of the selling of the property to trigger the 1031 is deferred, not exempt into the future. So that way you can leverage your property, scale your property. You buy more. It's all about leveraging. And of course, the last M, the M is maintain adequate reserve always. I would say each property you own, you need probably around $5,000 to $10,000 of cash reserve, regardless whether your properties are new or not new. So because things will happen. And unfortunately, over time, I've seen many investors, too many did not care to admit that they get stressed out. Even though their portfolio is doing well, they couldn't handle different things that come up. It's not going to be perfect. Each property you own is not going to be perfect. Obviously, if your property is perfect, then you will not get the returns you get. Because the reason why real estate is very lucrative is because very few people are willing to to play the game. That's why the returns is historically so high. So Warren Buffett says, the great Warren Buffett, be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. A lot of people are fearful right now due to negative information, the doom and gloom. Mainstream media, they always talk bad about something. So a lot of people are staying on the sidelines. But you need to be greedy. You need to take advantage of a lack of competition out there because so many people are fearful. So you need to be courageous, overcome fear, take action. With less competition, you can get better deals. But once and if the economy gets better, once and if the mortgage rate decrease to like middle 6% or the low 6% or even high 5% in the next few years, the floodgate is going to open. More people going to get off the sidelines and going to flood the housing market. Therefore, you can go through a bidding war situation at that time. A few years later, if that scenario occurs, then all the prices will go bid up again, more competition. So the deal is not going to be as good. So therefore, right now is the best time. Per Warren Buffett, the greatest investor of all time, be greedy when everybody is fearful, which is happening right now. Here's my information for if you wish to go further.